How's it going, everyone? I just realized I've been talking to myself for the past 10 minutes, so new audio recording. What I'm doing here is I'm attaching nksp.exe to cheat engine so that we can scan for variables, and we're going to be scanning for a floating type variable. So make sure you change it to that, and it's going to be an exact value. You're going to zoom in all the way onto your character in Last Chaos and make sure that the camera snaps and search for a value of 2. I figured out that it changed from a 3 to a 2 since the last update. So after you get your results, we're going to narrow it down by zooming all the way out, and in Cheat Engine, search for a 14.5. Press next scan. So this should narrow down just to one address. Freeze it and enter a different number to make sure you get the right one. We get an effect, excellent. Right click on the address and choose what writes to this address. Press yes for the debugger, and we got a little log on the side, and as we can see, it's getting triggered every time we zoom out. So we're going to double click on it and write down everything that's highlighted in red. We're going to write down the address. Disregard the first couple of zeros, you don't need them. And over in the brackets all the way to the right, you see the offset of 378. Make sure you write down your offsets. They're very, very important. I can't stress it enough. So once you've got it written down, we don't need the window anymore. So next you click on show disassembler, and this here is the fun part. Here you will see all the memory blocks and all the functions broken down into assembly. It's important that you get familiar with assembly. I just learned it myself, not difficult at all. Also, keep your fingers on F5 and F9. F5 will insert a breakpoint into whatever you highlight, and it'll also remove it. F9 will resume your game if it happens to freeze up. Basically what I'm going to be doing here is in the opcode column, I'm going to be looking for all the jump functions, and I'm going to be inserting a breakpoint into each one of them. Well, not each one of them, but ones that I suspect might be a function that I'm looking for. Now, when I insert a breakpoint, I'm basically testing that jump function. I'm testing it by looking at my game and seeing if it freezes. If it freezes right away without me doing anything, I'm gonna skip it and not play around with it whatsoever for now. Basically, I'm gonna press F5 to remove the breakpoint and F9 to unfreeze my game. So next I go to a different jump function and I test that out. So insert a breakpoint, see if it's triggered. If it's not triggered right away, I can really test it out. So go in my game and check to see if zooming in or zooming out will trigger the breakpoint. If that's been triggered, then that's great. I'm looking at the right place. That means this function, it has something to do with me zooming in and zooming out. Now what I can do with it is I can either reverse it by either deleting the N in the middle or inserting an N in the middle, or I can NOP it out. NOP stands for no operation and basically replaces your opcode with 90 bytes, and it basically removes the function altogether, and I can test out to see the effects of it. If it's not the effect that you're looking for, you can either keep the function out or keep it reversed, or return it back to original code. But that's the whole process, really. Have fun.